Okay, so there is this huge problem with Engineer that I don't see a lot of people talk about, and I think it should be brought up. So, for the get-go, I need to say that Engineer needs some kind of a buff to match other towers such as Accelerator, Golden Minigunner. I know that those towers are too overpowered at the moment, but still, it needs some kind of buff, and I will explain why. And before you say anything, no, Engineer is much worse than Accelerator in almost every scenario possible. I won't get into super big detail, but I will say that Engineer, despite its huge DPS, it has like 450 or something, it seems like a bad tower, and that's coming from me, which was like, in the previous video I told that it was kinda good, but after testing it, it's actually kinda bad, despite its DPS, and it has a reason. It's just because Engineer is jack of all trades, but master at none. Meaning that it's somewhat useful in like every aspect of the game, early game, late game, mid game, but it doesn't stand out at any of the game stages at all. It's just there, it just doesn't do anything. It does not do anything like spectacular. Like Accelerator can like one-shot the boss if you have enough of them, but Engineer, it doesn't have anything special about it. For the early game, you're just better off spamming something like even Soldier, maybe Shotgunner, Golden Scout, Gladiator, because they're just much better than Engineer at dealing with early game. What's the point of getting Engineer early game when you can have Soldier, which is cheaper and does everything better? Same with Shotgunner, Gladiator, Golden Scout. For the middle game, a lot of people might argue that Engineer is actually good in that aspect of the game, the middle game. But I think it's not, because in the middle game, not only do you have to deal with like a slow bosses or something, you also need to prepare for the end game, which are like, you need to prepare for Fallen King, Molten Boss, so you just get towers in the middle game that will also help in the end game, such as Minigunner, Accelerator. You get those towers kinda early on, because you just need to save up money to actually afford them at the last wave. But if you get Engineer, you just cripple yourself, because Engineer is not going to be useful at all on the final wave. You're just gonna waste money just to get through middle game easier, when the minigunner can do the same job but be more useful in the end game. End game wise, well, all the sentries just died to one stomp. That just speaks for itself on how bad endgame NG is. But in general conclusion, Engineer is bad because it doesn't stand out at all from the other towers. It's just average at best at dealing with the enemies. And at the end I will also show how well Engineers with Golden Minigunners deal with Fallen King versus Accelerator with Gladiators, so have your own conclusions from that clip. And let me know what you think in the comments, and see ya!